Lesson 2.10, solving transversal problems using algebra. Assume all lines that look parallel are. Find all missing values. So again, we've got our lines M and N look parallel, so we'll say they are. We've got our transversal T. We have an angle up here. That's a big obtuse angle, and then we have this little acute angle. So they're obviously different measures. And so what their relationship is that they are consecutive, I'm going to abbreviate, consecutive exterior angles. And when they are consecutive, whether they're exterior or interior, they make a linear pair of 180. So we would have 8x minus 7 plus x plus 16 equaling 180. Combine your like terms. Subtract 9 from 180, that would be 171. And 171 divided by 9 is 19. And again, they're not wanting an angle. It just says find the missing value, so they just want to know what x is. Number 2, our transversal is now going this way through lines M and N. We've got an angle here and here. They are alternate, and they're exterior, they're outside the parallels. And when they're alternate, they are congruent. So we would say that 2x plus 16 degrees would have to equal 96. Subtract 16 on both sides, that would be 80. And divide by 2, so x is 40. And again, that's not degrees. That means if I were to plug in 40 right here, 2 times 40 is 80, plus 16 is 96. See how it's made this true, that both these angles equal the same? That's what it means. All right, number 3, we are ignoring line M. It's not doing anything for us. It's just parallel as well. I've got an angle here, so that's inside the parallel, and I've got an angle here. This is my transversal. And so they're on opposite sides of the transversal inside the parallel line, so those would be alternate, interior. Angles, every time they're alternate, they are congruent. So we'd have 9x minus 19 equaling 35. Add 19 to 35, which would be 54. 54 divided by 9, 6. Okay. Number 4, N, we can ignore. It's not doing anything for us. This is not a relationship here, because this is on the inside of the parallel, this is on the outside, they're not corresponding. It just doesn't work. So we're going to have to apply that if this is 124, I like seeing that down here would be its corresponding angle, which is also 124. Therefore, these two make a 180. So 5x minus 4 plus 124 equals 180. Go ahead and solve that one on your own. And you should get that x is 12. Number 5, we have x and y to solve for. Start with where you see two of the same variables. So I see x's. They are side by side on this line. They are called a linear pair. They will make 180 degrees. So I would say that 9x plus 2 plus 5x minus 18 will equal 180. Binary terms. Add 16. That would be 196 divided by 14, which I think is 14, because that's what 14 squared is. So there's x. We need to now take x and plug that into one of these expressions. Let's plug it into this one. So I would take 9 times 14 plus 2, which is 128 degrees. So if this is 128, look, this is a corresponding angle. This should also equal 128. I would set up an equation saying 2 times y plus 20 must equal 128. Subtract 20 from each side, that would be 108. Divide that by 2, that would be 54 is what y is. So you're working backwards to try to figure out what the variables are. Okay, go ahead and pause and try number 6. On number 6, I looked at the two expressions with x. They are across from each other on this x where these lines are intersecting. Those are vertical angles, so they should be set equal to each other and solve. You get x is 6. Pick one of the expressions to plug that into. It doesn't matter, they'll be the same. I picked this one, so 9 times 6 is 54 plus 4 is 58. To find y, these two are a linear pair. They must equal 180 when added together. So I have y plus 3 plus that 58 equals 180 degrees. I solved that and I found y to be 119.